This is truly local content, and I think they did well. Can we give them another round of applause? Thank you. My only observation is that during the music, everybody became almost like me. Do you want to know how? I don't know how to dance. So all of you did like me. So we'll move on to the next. We now go back to our documentary screening. Let's please stay tuned as we watch.
Must understand the present. Since 1802, Sierra Leone has counted its people, from the first modern census in 1963 to the post-war count of 2004. These numbers have told our stories. But data is not just history. It is the fuel for development. Schools, hospitals, roads, and representation, they all begin with a number. After the 2021 midterm census, which was primarily to address the certain data gaps in the 2015 census, the government of Sierra Leone made a bold declaration to conduct a full and inclusive digital population and housing census in 2026. The journey began in earnest in 2024, when the president announced the commencement of the census.
I am pleased to announce that my government will conduct a nationwide population and housing census.
Then there was an assessment mission in January 2025. Transparency and credibility were the priority. Statistics Sierra Leone opened its doors to a joint assessment mission comprising the United Nations Population Fund, the UN Economic Commission for Africa, and the US Census Bureau. They evaluated our readiness using the tool for assessing statistical capacity. The results were honest. While our planning and field operations scored over 90%, minor gaps were identified in digital mapping, data processing, and documentation. The 2026 census will be the country's second digital census.
I tell people that this census is going to be a bit different because we're opening to the world in a very bigger way. That's why every aspect of the census, every process, we are calling people in and out of the country to come and watch our blueprints to see what we are doing so they can document and let's see what's happening. Because at the end of the day, we want the result to be accepted by everyone, both national and international, so it can be used for development purposes.
We are moving from enumeration areas to a robust focus on localities. Using high-resolution satellite imagery and GIS technology, teams are currently verifying boundaries. Whether it is a Type 1 urban enumeration area in Freetown or a complex Type 3 rural enumeration area, the goal is precision. We are utilizing computer-assisted personal interviewing. This means data is validated the moment it is entered. The system checks for errors instantly, ensuring that the $37 million investment in this project yields high-quality data.
As a government, we have demonstrated unprecedented political will by committing significant domestic resources for the conducting of the census. This is because we know that the equitable distribution of wealth, schools, hospitals, and other services depends entirely on this data. We are working to ensure that this census leaves a legacy of precision that will guide Sierra Leone's development for the next decade.
A census belongs to the people. In mid-2025, Statistics Sierra Leone launched a widespread census data user and producer consultations. For the first time, civil society, the private sector, and disability groups helped shape the topics and questions we asked. We are asking about housing conditions, internal and international migrations, internet access, maternal mortality, economic activity, and agricultural activity, etc. We're ensuring no one is left behind, from the hard-to-count riverine communities to our growing urban centers. This is a collective effort supported by the government of Sierra Leone and international development partners. We are building a statistical fortress.
UNFPA stands hand in hand with the government of Sierra Leone to deliver a credible, quality, and internationally recognized 2020-26 population and housing census. By doing this, we want to ensure that Sierra Leone has the good data to plan for every single person in this beautiful country.
So where do we go from here? The roadmap is clear. In December 2025, a pilot census will test our strategy. Then, following rigorous analysis and training of over 20,000 field staff, the main event begins. From December 2nd to December 15, 2026, enumerators will traverse the country. The 2026 population and housing census is more than just a head count. It is a tool for better governance, a baseline for the sustainable development goals, and a mirror reflecting who we are. Together, we are writing the next chapter of our story, because in Sierra Leone, everyone counts. Let them count you.
Thank you very much. I think this helps to give us a good knowledge of censuses in Sierra Leone. We want to move forward with our statement, and I will call on Mr. Kunle Adeni, the UNFPA country representative. Let's put our hands together to welcome him.
The Chief Minister, Honorable Dr. Monina Senge, the Minister of Planning, other ministers here present, members of Parliament, Lords Temporal and Spiritual, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, the Statistician General, Man of the Moment, and Chief Census Officer, the Mayor of Freetown, Monsieur, Madam, my colleagues from the UN system, members of the Fourth and Fifth Estate, young people, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. It is with profound honor that I stand here representing the United Nations Population Fund, and indeed the entire UN system, to witness the official launch of the pilot census. We commend the government of Sierra Leone and its leadership in prioritizing this critical national exercise. I think the documentary we just watched really sets the stage and tells us how important this is. The data collected from the census will significantly determine resource allocation in this country. But then, most importantly, it helps us reach the furtherers behind. I think it's important to note that the census is the only tool that provides a complete disaggregated picture of the population. It is the denominator of all national statistics. It is the sampling frame for all other surveys like DHS, the MIX, the HEIS, but it's also the foundation of equitable resource allocation. Without the census, all other data sets really collapses because, again, it's the foundational work. As the technical lead for the census from the United Nations, we understand that the integrity of the final count rests on the thoroughness of our preparation. The pilot census is therefore the most single important mechanism to safeguard this integrity, as it subjects the entire census machinery to an uncompromising stress test. In line with the global mandate to strengthen national capacity for population data generation, again, UNFPA is honored to be providing sustained technical assistance and capacity building, but also coordinating support for the census processes. Our role is to ensure that this census not only counts everyone, but it produces high quality, disaggregated data that accurately reflects the needs and position and placement of everyone in Sierra Leone. And that's why in January this year, we partnered with experts from the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa and the United States Census Bureau to undertake an independent assessment of the country's technical capacity and readiness to undertake the census. I'm glad to note, as has been said, that the recommendations of this assessment have really informed the implementation of the census roadmap, as well as the provision of international technical experts to support every phase of the census. At the request of Statistics Sierra Leone, UNFPA is currently supporting national and international independent monitors to observe the pilot census phase. These monitors will play a crucial role in providing impartial scrutiny and validation of the entire process. Their findings, which will highlight any areas needing improvement, but also speak about the places that we are strong, are essential for identifying and addressing technical and operational gaps. The independent oversight, which has been graciously agreed to by Statistics Sierra Leone, will also ensure transparency and build public trust, we hope. And it will directly contribute to the refinement and success of the main census, which we hope will start exactly about a year from now. It will guarantee that the final count is accurate, reliable, and universally accepted for evidence-based national planning. Chief Minister, this endeavor is a collaborative success story. I speak today for the collective of many organizations that continue to support Sierra Leone in its data work. They are investing both technical and financial resources into this census. And for that, I must really thank the U.S. Census Bureau, the governments of Ireland, Iceland, and of course the United Kingdom, for the shared belief that reliable data is the building block of achieving all national development goals, including the SDGs. We recognize the massive scale of this undertaking, but we stand unified in supporting the government's effort to mobilize resources, ensure transparency, and secure the necessary trust of the public. And I'm very grateful with the communications effort that is going on to address the pilot census. Last week I met with the Chief Minister, the Minister of Information, to see how we continue to let the people of this country know the importance of this endeavor, because only then can they participate meaningfully. The census would appear to be an expensive undertaking. However, not carrying out a census is more costly, than any amount we might be spending on this issue. Alongside the vital pilot census, the United Nations is also honored to have supported the development of the Power of Data initiative. It is a national framework which will serve as a mechanism to coordinate, streamline, and increase financial and technical support for the national data system. We're really hoping that this will result into a proper development of Sierra Leone's strategy for development statistics, a system that reduces ultimately our reliance of huge and expensive surveys and data collection methods, but can also tap into administrative data collection and use for data visibility. And I believe one of such is the initiative that is going to be presented by my colleague from UNICEF here today. At a global level, this initiative is co-led by the Global Partnership for Sustainable Data Development, which has UNDP, UNFPA, UNDESA, UNICEF, and the World Bank. The United Nations reaffirms its commitment to the implementation of this game-changing initiative. In conclusion, I bring you good tidings from the Executive Director of UNFPA, Dr. Diana Keita, our Regional Director, who both look forward to visiting Sierra Leone very soon, including as part of this process. We wish the government of Sierra Leone and all our dedicated team, especially Statistics Sierra Leone, and the field teams, people who are already in the field for this pilot census, every success in this pilot phase. We are confident that through technical excellence, collective partnership, and sustained support of all stakeholders, this pilot census will pave the way for a successful, credible, and transformative national census. I thank you very much for listening.
We are going to have the next statement and also a presentation. The two will go together. Short statement will be made by Mr. Rudolph Schwenk, the UNICEF country representative, and also a presentation on the MTNDP dashboard by Dr. Chivita. You're welcome, Mr. Schwenk.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Mr. Moped, Ministers, Members of Parliament, government officials, Your Worship, the Mayor of Freetown, Statistician General, traditional authorities, ambassadors, development partners, civil society, colleagues from the UN, young people, I see many of those in the room, members of the media, of course, distinguished guests, good morning. Good morning. While UNICEF is involved in supporting all three initiatives that are being launched today, we already heard about the census, the power of data. I will limit my remarks to the development tracker. So compared to the Honorable Minister Moped, I only have one hat, which I have here. And let me then also, on behalf of UNICEF's Executive Director, our Regional Director, and our entire team in Sierra Leone, express our deep gratitude for the strong partnership between the government and UNICEF in advancing the rights and well-being for every child. UNICEF has been in Sierra Leone for over 4 decades, 40 years, and we will celebrate this next week, actually. We have worked alongside Sierra Leone to strengthen systems, deliver results for children, and today's launch of the dashboard builds exactly on that legacy, with a bold step toward digital governance and accountability. The Sierra Leone National Development Tracker is more than a technological achievement. It's a strategic step toward a future where decisions are guided by evidence, resources are allocated transparently, and progress is tracked in real time. So with this launch, Sierra Leone joins other African countries investing in data-driven governance. That's very special. And let me make clear that this platform is fully aligned with the Agenda 2040 in Africa Fit for Children, with a national development vision, the UN cooperation framework, and of course UNICEF's strategic plan, which all call for stronger systems, evidence-based policy, and greater accountability to children and young people. By providing those real-time insights, this centralized system strengthens Sierra Leone's ability to deliver on the 5 game changers, the medium-term national development plan priorities, and the various child rights commitments. And our collective role goes beyond technology. Together, we are committed to building resilient national systems in health, nutrition, education, water, sanitation, hygiene, social protection, and child protection. Alongside other initiatives, such as the nationwide multiple indicator cluster survey, which is currently ongoing and which is also led by Statistics Alone. Let me also mention this, the mix, which will also provide crucial data for development. So this platform that is being launched transforms evidence into actionable insights and enables policies and programs to reach the most vulnerable children. And the needs are there. Let me tell you that last week I saw this firsthand during my visit to Bond Island and some other remote islands, where UNICEF, together with the government development partners, are implementing programs to ensure no child is left behind. Honorable Chief Minister, ladies and gentlemen, just over a week ago, during World Children's Day, under the global theme, My Day, My Right, children from across the nation, including those living with disabilities, stood in Parliament and presented their call to action. It was a very special moment. Many of you may have seen it or witnessed it yourself. And we commend Parliament's commitment to listening to children's voices and promoting their rights. This government's dashboard, which you will see presented, complements those efforts by creating the conditions for greater accountability and transparency. It helps ensure that the commitments, such as increased investment in child-focused sectors, stronger oversight of public spending, translate into measurable results for children. With strong national systems and collective commitment, Sierra Leone is positioning itself as a champion of child-centered, data-driven, accountable governance. Child-centered, data-driven, and accountable. And as already mentioned by the Honorable Minister Moped, this can be monitored by the people. Every one of you can monitor it. Children and young people are the heartbeat of this nation. Their operations must guide our policies and investments. So together with our partners, UNICEF, we are fully dedicated to this vision. Let us harness this platform to accelerate progress and ensure that no child is left behind. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Schwent. We now call on Dr. Jivita to do the presentation on the dashboard.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and students, good morning. It is an honor to speak at this historic moment, where data unites national ambition with visible progress. Today is not just a launch. It is a milestone in Sierra Leone's journey towards accountable and evidence-based governance. For too long, national planning and monitoring faced systemic challenges, not from lack of effort. I'm sorry, I also need to coordinate at the back. Next, please. Yeah. So yes, not from lack of effort, but from lack of integration. Data has often lived in silos, real-time visibility has been limited, reporting cycles have been manual and slow, and cross-sector performance comparison has been difficult. And decisions, urgent as they are, could not always wait for the evidence to be made available. But national transformation begins when data systems evolve, and that evolution stands here today. The Sierra Leone National Development Tracker is the country's first integrated decision support system. It is designed to enable accountability to citizens and partners, drive evidence-based planning, allow cross-sector progress tracking, and decision-grade visibility on public investment. It transforms how the country tracks results, prioritizes investment, and demonstrates progress to the world. The entity becomes the single home for monitoring national development priorities. One national source of results across sectors, unified visibility for decision-making, and trusted evidence for leadership. Today, we are witnessing a new data foundation that strengthens public trust and global confidence. This platform is driven by institutional ownership. Data is supplied by ministries and departments, and the quality of data is safeguarded nationally. Ministries and MDAs report on data. And here we see the shift from paper reporting to online reporting. There'll be a multi-ministry committee across MDAs to review and validate data for accuracy. MOPED will ensure the national data synthesis and institutional quality assurance. It will also drive the operationalization of workflows, reviews, national reporting governance, and capacity strengthening. So from data being provided by ministries and departments, we'll get insights. Those insights will feed into leadership decisions, which in turn will lead to national accountability. Oops. This platform provides tools that convert evidence into insight and insight into action. There's a host of data tools available there. The anti-NDP results tracker tells you the data story behind the implementation of the anti-NDP. The data visualizer helps you focus on the performance of indicators. Look at trend, analyze disparities, look at geographical disparities, not only for the anti-NDP indicators, because we've also included sectors KPIs. The thematic dashboards allows you to delve into the performance of specific sectors. The National Data Catalog, this is what is going to also allow the discussion between sectors, since this is what we are going to call the metadata hub. Understand the definition of indicators, how the indicators have been calculated and disaggregated, etc. Knowledge hub. Understand the stories, the impact behind the implementation of the anti-NDP. And all these tools that are listed here are accessible to citizens and partners for shared transparency and public confidence. Let us see what decision grade monitoring looks like through the results tracker. And this result tracker is really the heart of the platform. This is where we tell Sierra Leone's national data story. Look at the performance of the development goals. Understand the result areas driving progress and indicators measuring national momentum. We begin at the highest level, performance of the game changers. Then we drill into result areas. Result areas, please. Thank you. We drill into result areas to compare progress, identify bottlenecks, and act. At the indicator level, we analyze trends over time, benchmark ministries, and measure our performance with what we had planned. But because national priorities must also connect to global commitments, the system overlays anti-NDP alignment with SDGs, with the AU agenda, with the ECOWAS, and for the first time, leadership can clearly link performance with financing. View how investment are being done across SDGs, ministries, sectors, districts, etc., to understand measurable impact. This is not just data reporting. This is development storytelling with accountability. Why does it matter? To national leadership, it brings the whole of government visibility and decision confidence. To policymakers and financial authorities, it delivers early warnings and investment intel in real time. To partners and innovators, it provides trusted open data for scalable solutions and investment confidence. And to citizens and civil society, it brings visible, verified results, strengthening public accountability and national trust. When data governance works, decisions work, and nations progress with confidence. What ensures longevity is not technology itself, but national ownership. In July, we conducted a co-design workshop with all the MDAs. Last week, we wrapped up a validation workshop with the same MDAs, as well as a testing of the tools by the same MDAs. Together, standard operating procedures were discussed and developed for reporting and review. And it was agreed that MOPED will continue to play its role of coordination agency, and with the system will work with the participation of the MDAs. What happens next? In 2026 now, the shift is going to go to system adoption, operationalization, and national data literacy, ensuring continuity beyond the launch for long-term national accountability. Sierra Leone's progress now has one home. Its decisions now have trusted evidence. Its impact is now visible to the world. Thank you. You would all have received a greenish brochure on which there is the QR code to access the portal. Please explore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chivita. One thing I'll remember from your presentation is that when data governance works, decisions work. So let's remember that, and it's very important for us as a government as we track the MTN DP to know the progress that we are making. We are now coming over to a very important session of this launch. Time for the keynote address. And this is going to be done by one of the Lieutenant Generals of His Excellency, the President, Brigadier Retired, Dr. Julius Madabio, the Honorable Chief Minister of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. David Senge. Can we all put our hands together?
Professionalism of our field teams and faith in the unity of our people, on behalf of His Excellency, President Dr. Julius Madabio, I now officially launch the 2026 Population and Housing Census of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Thank you. I also want to use this opportunity to launch two other documents. The Medium-Term National Development Plan Dashboard, the Sierra Leone National Development Tracker, and the Sierra Leone Power of Data Initiative. May God bless us all, may God bless our democracy, and may God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. Let us stick to the plan and let it continue. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together again for the Honorable Chief Minister. Thank you very much for the keynote address and the unveiling and launch as well. We are coming to a close. I will now call on the guru of statistics, who is the chairman of the Statistics Council, Mr. Moses Williams, to give us the vote of thanks. As Pawili. Pawili there. Okay, Pawili is on his way. Let's put our hands together for him. Pawili is the guru of statistics. We want to thank you, Pawili.
Thank you very much, sir. Honorable Chief Minister, Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Ministers of Government present here, Members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Fourth Estate, our revered paramount chiefs who are here today, our colleagues, council members, the staff of Statistics Sierra Leone. I'm here to say thanks to people who are making this possible for us. We have come a very long way, as has been explained here. But our journey was and is going to be possible because there are people behind us. The census, as we have all heard, is a very expensive venture. Without money, with all the expertise, you can't move. I want to first of all thank His Excellency, the President, and his government, well, our government. That particular institution